What's up, y'all? Hold on. Gotta put my stuff in. Gotta turn it the other way. Is that better? Does that feel better? I don't know. What's going on? Nah, I like it the other way. That cord gonna drive me crazy. Oh yeah, this better. What's up, y'all? I'm gonna give it a couple minutes and then I'm gonna go ahead and start talking. I really don't like this right here. That's better. I have not been on here in so long. When I say so long, I mean so long. I'm gonna just wait for a few more people to join and then we gonna go ahead and get started. Today's topic, y'all, it's a good one. It's a good one. I'm probably gonna actually have to split this up a little bit, but yeah. And I went and I have my notes written down. Got my notes. I always gotta have my notes. Let's see. The time is now 8:03. We're gonna go ahead and start our topic at 8:05. But until then, let me just tell y'all a little bit about why I've been gone for so long. When I say I am tired of Apple products, every single time I turn around, it's something that is going on with these dang Apple products. My phone, my laptop, it's just very, very frustrating, you know? I was gone for so long. I haven't been going on live like I was scheduled to every Sunday at 8 o'clock because my phone was not connecting to Wi-Fi at all. Like, when I say not connecting to Wi-Fi, I mean I was at work, I was at home. It did not matter what I was doing. But I could not connect to Wi-Fi. I reset the network settings like 2 or 3 times and it was not working. I did a hard reset. It wasn't working. So I was very, very frustrated. I couldn't go on live. Every single time I was trying to go on live or trying to post something or even trying to just like refresh my feed, it would say no internet connection, try again. And I was just getting frustrated. So that's why I've been gone for so long. I'm so Nicole 34. Hey Damo. What's up, girl? Yeah, I did just start. So you didn't miss anything. I'm just giving a little synopsis of why I haven't been on here like I was scheduled to, because my phone was not connecting to Wi-Fi at all. So the app wasn't working. It was on this phone as well as my backup phone as well. Like, nothing was working. So that's why I haven't been on here so long. So hello y'all and welcome back. Or welcome me back, really, because y'all been here. I haven't been. So that's that. The time is now 8:05. So we gonna go ahead and get started with today's live. First and foremost, welcome to Prime TV. I am your host, Kyle. If y'all don't know how to pronounce my name, my Instagram name is my real name. It is pronounced Kyle. The Q makes the K or the C sound, however you want to pronounce it. But yeah, it is Kyle. So hello and welcome to my live. I have a few announcements that I need to go over first. So to begin, I am back, as y'all can see, on live Sundays at 8 o'clock. As I was mentioning before, I couldn't get on live because my internet was not working, or my internet was working, but my phone was not connecting to internet, so I couldn't get on. But that is all resolved now, and so I am back, and I'm better than ever, as you can see. I wanted to give a quick shout out to my brother because y'all see my my little crew neck. It's like a half sweater crew neck thing. Don't really know what you would call it, but it's Rugrats. I love Rugrats. If y'all didn't know, he bought me this for Christmas last year, so big shout outs to my brother for doing that, because I love that. He bought me some footies that I'm actually wearing too. They're Rugrats as well, so thank you for that, brother. I love you so much for it. And then I am going to be posting this live or any of the lives that I do on Sunday at 8 p.m. I'm going to be posting them on Monday, the following day at 8 p.m. So y'all can catch that on Spotify. If y'all don't follow me on Spotify already, the link is in my bio, so you can go ahead and follow me on Spotify. Share it with your friends, your family, your dogs, your cats, your aunties, your shoes. Don't really matter. Share it with everybody that you know, though, because I mean, why not? I share and I talk about good stuff, and I want your input in the things that I talk about, because I feel like there's subjects that we don't talk about enough. So go ahead, click the link in my bio, and follow me on Spotify. And then I am starting to interview local entrepreneurs. If y'all have not seen that already, I have one posted on YouTube, and then I have one that's going to be posting, or I'm going to be posting this week on Tuesday. The segment is called Talk to 'em Tuesday. So for local entrepreneurs, if you're looking to gain exposure and you're willing to sit down and talk to me about your business and the things that you got going on with your business, go ahead and hit me up, hit my DMs, and we can go ahead and plan an interview. I am looking for a few more people to interview for this month of December, but my books low-key are filling up fast. So if you're looking to promote your business, want some exposure for your business, and you just want to sit down and talk to me, Kyle, you can go ahead and DM me, and then we can set up an interview time. Those will be posted on Tuesday, so Spotify will hear it first. I will be posting my Talk to 'em Tuesday interviews on Spotify at 8 o'clock, and then they will be posted to my YouTube at 8:30. So those are the announcements that I have so far. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I don't think that there is any other announcements. So we just gonna go ahead and get right into today's topic. If y'all don't know, I forgot how to add the topic at the top of the live, but we gonna be talking about some double standards. Okay, I had posted on my Instagram like a couple weeks ago if y'all felt like only double standards exist within genders, or if it could be really with anything. A lot of people say yes, it's just with genders, like there's only double standards within genders. So we're gonna go ahead and talk about that. I did break down the double standards by a little categorized. I categorized a little bit for the double standards because I like to be real organized and thorough with my topics and how I feel about them. So because the list for me, the double standards that I could think of, as well as the things that I researched, because it's so kind of extensive, for today I think I'm only going to touch on the double standards that exist in genders, and then if I have enough time, I'll go into the other categories, but if not, we're going to hold off and do a part 2 for next Sunday. So, first and foremost, in my opinion, let me just do this disclaimer too. These are my opinions and my opinions alone. They were not influenced by anybody else. This is from my experience, what I've grown up with, and just talking with other people and things that I've noticed with social media. So these are my opinions and my opinions alone. If you do not like what I say, that's okay. Let's just be respectful, first and foremost. And then you're more than welcome to be open and share what your opinions are as well. But, we're not going to tolerate disrespect here. So, yeah, these are my opinions. My opinions, how I feel. Doesn't mean that I'm right. It's just how I feel. So, I feel like there's a a lot of different double standards that go on in the world. I don't think that it's just within genders, but I feel like there's double standards really in every aspect of life. I feel like there's systematic double standards. That means like with race. I feel like there's double standards in businesses as well as age. But the most double standards exist that I see is within genders. Oh my gosh, is Josh? Are you even on here for real? Are you trying to go live with me? You can go live with me if you being for real. Wave your hand if you actually trying to go live with me, Josh. I haven't talked to you in a while. I'm so cold. I said Nicole before, but I'm so cold. 34 said, I have a lot to say about this topic. Okay, cool. You can go ahead and drop your little 2 cents as well in this topic with double standards. Before I get into the double standards that I see within genders, I'm going to first define what a double standard is, because, we got to be thorough and y'all got to understand exactly what double standards mean. So, according to Merriam-Webster, okay, looked it up in the dictionary, a double standard is a set of standards that apply differently and usually more harshly to one group of people or circumstance to another. So that's what a double standard is. So basically, there's a standard, here's a line of standards, and one standard for one group in particular is judged or is more harsh than what another standard is, or the same standard is for another group. That's what a double standard is. So with gender, I categorize what the double standards go underneath. And so I did, there's double standards within dating between both genders, the way that we were raised and the roles that we play, sexual activity. So that's just like any type of sexual activity. I don't know how to really else explain that, but y'all gonna understand when I get to that part. Y'all gonna be like, okay, I understand it. It could be a double standard, or I see a little bit of double standards when it comes to like fashion, just like apparel and appearance. So that's appearance and apparel, like on social media, that's clothes, that's the way that we carry ourselves. That's really what those things are. And then if we have time to get to it, I'm going to talk about the other double standards that exist, not just within genders, but the other double standards in life. I didn't say hi to y'all. So first category with gender is the way that we're raised. So one thing that I notice is that how males and females are raised, even with like the different parents, is different. And there's a double standard. When a father is around his child or raising, I shouldn't say his child, but when he's around his daughter, it's all like, oh, she's a princess. It's very soft, very feminine. And not saying that your dad should be very harsh on a female. It's just like she can do no wrong, basically. Like she's daddy's little princess. You get what I'm saying? It's a double standard. But when a father is raising a son, the son has to be very tough. He can't show any type of emotions for the most part. If he starts crying, they'd be like, man up. It's very sad to see sometimes when I see how a father will handle his son when his son is in trouble versus how a father would handle a daughter. But there is that double standard. Shani Too Sweet, hi Kai, hey mom. Anika _ Nika said hello. Hello Anika, how are y'all? I will wave at y'all, but I'm trying to, get through my podcast. But hey, y'all. Um, so yeah, a father with raising his son, very tough, very like militant. But when he's raising his daughter, it's very soft and feminine. Daddy's little princess compared to just like a mini me, I guess, when it comes to a father. And then it's kind of vice versa when females are being raised, or between the children and the parents when it comes to a mother and their child. So I feel like moms are very hard on their daughters. We're raised to be independent. I mean, we can cry and whatnot, but I definitely feel like moms are definitely more harsh with raising a daughter than they are a son. Good. Watching my mom phone about to die. Watching with mom phone about to die. Anika, are you on mom's phone? Watching with mom phone about to die. Okay. Well, you should put your phone on the charger. But yeah, I feel like moms are way harder on their daughters, and then when it comes to raising a son, they're not as harsh. They're like, if their son fall, they're like, poor baby, you know, like kind of baby them. And this is also when it comes, like I've noticed with my nieces and my nephews, I don't see my nephews that much, but I do tend to be less harsh when I'm talking to my nephews than I am with my nieces. I'm very stern, I think, when it comes to my nieces. I think I have kind of like a higher expectation when it comes to my nieces than I do my nephews. Jesus, why is like my throat is dry right now? Hold on, y'all. I need some water or something. My throat is dry. But yeah, I definitely feel like the parenting styles are different when it comes to male and female. And you know, you can actually see the difference too, even when it comes to gender reveals, like how they have the girls has to be pink, the boy has to be blue. Pink is very dainty, even if it's not pink and blue. Like light, warm colors are definitely always for the female, and then cooler colors are always for males. Like it's just, I don't know. I feel like it's a double standard with that. I'm so cold. 34 says when it comes to double standards involving how mothers raise their daughters, fashion, sexual partners, I think women have it harsher. Mothers are harsh on their daughters and baby their sons past. Baby their sons past. I don't get that last part, but partners. Baby their sons partners. Yeah, I definitely agree. Dads are softer on their daughters and harsh on their sons, and then moms are harsh on their daughters and light on their sons when it comes to raising them. I mean, I can't say I witnessed that because there's only females in my family, but I definitely, even when I'm like around friends and whatnot, you see their dads around and it's definitely like daddy's little girl, like daddy's princess, can't do no wrong. But when that mama come around, it's just like not the same at all. I don't think my last message came through yet. Oh, okay. Alright. Do y'all see any other differences when it comes to raising sons and daughters, like any other double standards? Mom said if she had a son, she would be harsh to the boy. I don't think so. I don't think so, because considering that there's only females in our family, I definitely think that mom would have baby her son. because that would have been the only boy. Like that, he would have been spoiled. Okay, spoiled. Also another thing that I feel like exists within raising children, dads teach their, oh, it's rubbing against my thigh. I feel like fathers teach their sons to be, to use their hands, like hands on, to be like a man with hands, I think, if that makes sense. Like to fight, not necessarily fight, but how can I actually put this? Like, I feel like sons or dads teach their sons to get by, or they succeed with their hands, and then a lot of females are taught to use their looks to get where they want to go. Like, if you say you meet a girl and she has a little baby girl, and every single time you see this girl with the baby girl, you always be like, oh, your daughter's so pretty, or she's gonna be so cute when she grow up. It's just like we're taught at a young age. I feel like females are taught at a young age to be beauty, what's it called, beauty conscious, if that makes sense. Y'all get what I'm saying? Like, it's not, oh, she's so smart. It's always, she's so pretty, she's so cute. Oh, you got your nails done? Oh, they're so cute. You got your hair done? Oh, you're so cute. You know, I don't feel like it's the same for boys. Mechanic or engineer. Yeah, guys are definitely mechanics and engineers. Hold on, let me go up a little bit with the comments, because I don't think I read all of it. She would be harsh. I was saying mothers, baby their sons past age 30, women can get judged for still living with their parents past a certain age, but men just get looked at as mama's boys. That's true. That's true. I definitely agree with that. I know some males right now that are around my age that still stay with their mom. And like, the thing about it is, if a female was to learn that a boy is staying with their mom, like in their dating or potentially trying to date this man, for the most part, women look past it and just like, okay, well, he's a work in progress. And I'm not saying that men don't do that for women. It's just weird to me. I definitely think it's a weird thing. Because I feel like if a woman is friends with another female and the female is still staying with their mom, they might look down at them a little bit. Not all of them, but I do feel like women judge other women way more harsh when it comes to being independent or being independent or being dependent. We judge each other way more harsh than if we were to judge a man. A man could still be staying with his baby mama, and that's okay to us, you know, like, they're not doing anything. He could come stay with me, but you know, it's weird. Most girls don't even want to live with their mothers after they turn 18. They leave because they can't deal with all the pressure they are dealt. Yeah. They don't been in that situation where I was judged for living with mom. They don't being in that situation. Oh, okay. Are you saying men don't judge women? Is that what you're saying? I don't know. It's just weird to me. The standards, women, it's like society want women to be independent, but if we are too proud for being independent, and then we're like too hostile and we're judged harshly because like we should need a man type of thing. I don't know if I'm explaining that correctly, but does that make sense? Like, when women are proud, like, oh yeah, I have a degree, I got my own place, I got my own car, I can buy my own Birkin, like, guys look at us as being snooty and, you know, we are too materialistic. But society is constantly pushing us women to be independent. Make it make sense. Double standards, you feel me? No, they don't understand, or they do judge for that. Oh, okay. I get what you're saying. They do judge. Okay. Yeah, I don't feel like women judge as harsh. But I feel like it's also because women see men for their potential, and men are very much like, what am I looking at now? So I feel like that has to deal with it. It's seen as stuck up. Yeah, definitely. Another thing with being raised with the double standards, for the daughters, they have to stay virgins. Okay, ain't no way around it. Even at 26, 30, we gotta be virgins. We gotta be virgins. Can't talk about sex. Can't have sex. If we have sex at a young age, it's seen as we're moving too fast. And like, we just kind of out here, even if it's just with one person, even if it was just for one time. Whoever finds out that she had sex at 14, man, she for the streets, basically, and that's just it. Shanny Too Sweet says, the way the world is, you have to be strong and independent or you're gonna be eaten alive. And I mean, I get that, but I feel like the world judge women's independence harshly, more harsh than they judge men. Now, granted, I do feel like men are supposed to be held, or men are held more accountable in terms of having to be independent, but I feel like women are judged more harshly. Like, women are pushed to be more independent, while it's a standard that men are supposed to be independent. I'm not sure if I explained that correctly. It sounds correct in my head. I know exactly what I'm trying to say, but that's what it is. Like, yeah. Yeah, because it's a man's world. That's true. Anika_Nika, yeah, but guys can do it with whoever, sleep with whoever they want. Exactly, that's the double standard that I'm getting at, is that women can't, okay, that's a little bit down the line, but I'm just talking about in terms of raising children. A daughter can't go to their mom or can't go to their father and say, hey mom, hey dad, I have sex, or I want to have sex. And they can be at the age 14, 15. They're too fast. You know, they're for the streets. I shouldn't say parents think that their daughter is for the streets, but you know, it's just like they're damaged goods if they want to have sex at a young age. They got to be virgins. Even after they move out, they have to be a virgin. You feel me? They have to be a virgin. But you know, if their son is having sex, not so much for the mom. The mom might just have a conversation with the boy and be like, you know, just use protection, be careful, be safe. But the father is like giving their son that, like, oh yeah, you a man now type of thing. Double standards. And we see this all the time in movies. You know, love don't cost a thing. I know y'all all know the part that I'm talking about. When he pulled out the box of condoms, talking about he been waiting to have his son get some. He been waiting for that moment. It's a proud moment. It's a proud moment in the son's life once he start having sex. But for the daughter, you can't have sex too soon. Can't have sex too soon. What did it say? Well, before the women used to stay at home and they left the house. And when they left the house, they were getting married to the men. The world is not like that anymore. True. True. I agree with girls have to stay virgins. Yeah. I have 3 girls and I would rather them wait to have sex until they got married because of this world. Because of this nasty, strange, crazy world. But if any one of my girls would have came to me, I would have tried to help them out. At the same time, I would have tried to discourage them too. Yeah, that's what I'm saying though. Like, women are discouraged to have sex at a young age. And I'm not saying kids should be having sex, because really y'all head should be in the books. That's for males and females. If y'all not of age of consent, then there's no reason why y'all should be having sex at all. Why sex should even be on your mind at all. It should really be about them books and graduating. Okay? But I'm just saying that daughters are discouraged from having sex. They should and have to be a virgin for as long as they can. And then to the world, after they have sex, at least the men, a lot of times, they become damaged goods as soon as they have sex. If it's before marriage. If it's before marriage. But for men, they can sling and deling and do everything that they want to do. And it is perfectly fine. Parents, especially the dads, don't care as much. It's just like a natural part of life, but it's not the same thing when it comes to daughters. I'm looking at what I'm going through with my family now, because it hurts in the pain of doing things too soon. Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not encouraging everybody to have their kids have sex early. I'm just stating the fact. This is a double standard that sons can have sex at a earlier age than daughters, and they don't really get any backlash for it. I think girls have it harder in society when it comes to double standards, and in general. Well, being brought up in church, being a virgin means a lot. I know being a virgin means a lot. I'm not saying it doesn't. I'm just stating a double standard is that sons can have sex and lose their virginity before their daughters, and they don't have to deal with the same backlash that daughters have to deal with when it comes to having sex. You would hope that he would. Okay, if God would have blessed me with a son, I would hope that he would wait too. Okay, but I feel like you wouldn't be as hard. This is my mom, y'all, so this is why. I feel like you would not have had a harder time with a son not being a virgin. You would have a hard time with me and my sisters being a virgin than you would be the son. You say that now, but okay. Just wait until I have my son, Mom. And when he loses his virginity, now he I don't like that. Never mind. I'm just saying, wait till I have a son. We gonna see. Aside from men being, hold on. Oh no. Where'd it go? Aside from men being told it's feminine from them to show emotion, they do yard work, they show pay the bills. I don't know. I'm just saying it's a double standard. I'm not promoting underage virginity loss and all that. I'm just saying it's a double standard. That's all I'm saying. Even when it comes to like they friends and whatnot, you notice a lot of females, they won't even tell they friends if they were to lose their virginity at a young age because they would be judged so harshly. I remember when I was in 8th grade and I heard that one of my friends had sex while they were in a public area. I mean, everybody, I remember everybody judged this person. It was like, oh, she's fast, and it's because she wasn't raised right. Like, it was a lot of judgments there when we found out that they were sexually active at a younger age. But for men, it is not the same thing. It is not the same thing. They friends, be like, they get street cred. They the man of the hour. It's not the same for males and females when it comes to being raised in sex and being virgins and all that. So let's talk about some solutions that we can implement to kind of close the gap between some of these double standards. One, we shouldn't, when we're raising our kids, it really shouldn't be about gender when we're raising them. I mean, I know at some times they do come into play, but in general, you should not raise your child based on gender. Really, until it comes into those years when it's like trying to get your son ready to actually be a man and get your daughter to actually be a woman, like dealing with periods and things of that nature. But when it comes to just like principles, it really shouldn't be about gender. That's one thing. You see, when I say this was an extensive list, hold on. Y'all got a lot of comments today. Hold on. Let me go back. I have standards, and this goes for men and women. Okay. He gonna get it too. And that was from Shani Too Sweet. I'm so cold, 34. But it's not like a lot of men in this generation are willing to pay bills without thinking of women as gold diggers. You mean like in terms of dating them? Is that what you're talking about? Shani Too Sweet, and it is true women were supposed to be their providers. I meant the provider. Sorry, Kai. That's how the world goes. When you say principles, what do you mean? I mean like this, like the whole thing when it comes to sex. It shouldn't be the father shouldn't be giving the boy, dap and providing condoms and all that. Basically like a celebratory moment because his son is having sex. Because he wouldn't do the same thing for his daughter. Something like that. As I said, I feel like women are the mothers are more harsh on their daughters when it comes to raising them because they are being raised to be strong, independent women. And I don't feel like men are dealt with the same. And this comes from me knowing people that have sons as well. Even when you look at movies and things like that, like, I feel like moms are more lenient on their sons. And they're more harsh on women. Why do apologize a little bit, but I raise my kids to have respect and love themselves and not be opening their legs to any and everybody. Mom, okay, that's not what I'm saying. And if I had a boy, I would not want him out there being a hoe. Okay. I'm not specifically targeting you, Mom. This is a general statement. The double standards in general. I'm not specifically saying you. But it's a double standard. It definitely does exist. Mom, you want to join my live? You actually want to join or no? No, this is not a target towards me. Just a lot of others think this way. Majority of people don't. Mom, are you trying to go live with me or no? Oh, she said yes. Okay. Um. So yeah, I'm gonna just again go into a little bit of the solutions again. Just really shouldn't see gender. It really shouldn't be I'm raising a son, I'm raising a daughter. It really should just be I'm raising somebody to be the best human being that they can be. That's just my opinion on that. And as I stated in the beginning, these are just my opinions and my opinions alone. You see, we already at we already at 40 minutes, y'all. Now I'm only on the first part of the gender double standards, and that's just the raising of daughters and sons. But we definitely got some more things to get into. This might be a little series that I have because still many. I don't think there is any solutions because some people won't decide to break generational curses, and I mean that's fine. But I think something that we all can work on when we're raising our own child is just to make them the best human being, not to make them the best woman or the best man. Make them the best human being that they can be. You ready, Mom? I'm about to put you on. Is it doing it? Hi, Mom.
Hey, boo.
You gotta turn it. Turn it.
Huh?
You gotta turn it to the side. You
Oh,
sideways right now. Oh no,
oh, no,
you
I'm
upside
backwards.
down the other way. Hold
This
on.
way. Can I still comment on your phone?
Yeah, there
Okay,
you
I'm right.
go.
I'm good.
Yeah, you are.
Okay.
So what do you guys say, Mom?
So, like I said, well, I was saying before, not all mothers are like that. Because if I would have had a little boy, I'm not going to say everything, but I would have been strict and hard on him too. I would not want him to have sex early.
I mean, yeah, I understand that. I know that you would still be strict and stuff because that's just your parenting style. But I do feel like you would be a little bit more lenient on a if you
No,
had a boy.
no.
I
I'm
think
lenient
so.
with my grandkids. I'm not lenient with my kids.
I don't think you would be as hard on him though.
I would have.
Why do you think that you would be as hard on
Because I
him
would
as you were?
expect him to be a provider. So he needs to do what he needs to do as a man to be, and he didn't have a father, and it was just me. So I got to do extra hard on him than I was on y'all.
So you think you would be harder on him than you were on
Yep.
me?
Because I want him to be a whatever. I
So
was hard on all y'all.
So what would you have done if you found out that my brother had sex at a younger age?
I probably would have lost it. Came back down after I beat him to death, and then brought him back to life and made sure he was okay, and talk to him about it, because that's not what I would want. I would not want him to be have a kid. All I would be thinking exactly what I thought about with you guys. I want you to go to school. I want you to get a degree, and I want you to be the best person that you can be.
Okay, okay. Well, let's see. With with you saying that just for you, because I know how you are as a person. When you see other people's parenting styles or people parenting, even with watching movies, okay, do you feel like when you're watching that stuff and absorbing that stuff, do you feel like boys aren't raised as harsh?
I do think some parents do not raise them as harsh as they should. I mean, look at the boys right now. They got their pants going all the way down to their ankles. Really? Come on now. That's not respectful. Ain't nobody gonna have respect for them walking around looking like that. And some of these young men are really, really, I mean, they need someone like me. Yeah.
Let me watch with this.
Yeah, they need somebody like me.
Yeah, but in general, do you feel like boys are raised less harsh when it comes to with
I
mothers?
think
With
I
mothers.
think from back in my day, they weren't, but the way they are now, because in my day it took a village to raise a kid. So everybody was in that kid's butt. But right now, I think babies are having babies. So now it's not like it was when I was younger.
Yeah, I agree with that. Do you, but I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's just because I'm a part of a newer generation, so
Right.
I can see how me and Nico were raised, and we were raised with parents that had the same type of parenting style that you provided us.
So, but
But
think
when I'm
about it.
looking at the newer parents, I
Right. But think
definitely
about
feel
it.
like boys aren't being raised as harsh as women.
But think about it. My parents were like maybe 30 years older than we were. So we was raised by old school. If we would have been raised by my real mom, we probably wouldn't be this way. I probably wouldn't have raised y'all that way. I'd probably be more lenient. But since I was raised by old school, hey, I think they did a way better job than what we're doing now. Right now, we're just letting our kids just grow up, and they need to have a foundation, and
Yeah,
need to know that they can't just talk to anybody any kind of way, regardless of who they're talking to as an adult.
yeah, I agree. I agree. That's why I was doing the other podcast when I was talking about the different parenting styles with between different generations.
Mm-hmm.
Um, just because I do think that the newer generation is their parenting style is kind of like non-existent.
Yeah.
They don't really
They,
have a parenting style. But I'm just speaking in terms of in general from what I see, not specifically you or um
so I'm
I
speaking
just think
from
the
back in
vast
my day.
majority there is double standards with raising kids.
I think now, to a certain point, I will agree with you now, but back in my day, it wasn't.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
I'll give you that one. But as for me being so harsh, I don't think I was that bad.
you
I was a very caring and loving mom.
that doesn't mean that you weren't harsh on us.
Yeah,
You were
I had to
very
get you
hard.
prepared for the world.
Huh?
I had to get you prepared for the world.
Not when I'm 5. I don't need that. I was just joking.
No, as a baby, yes. What you talking about? I had to get all y'all prepared. Talking about 5. We're talking about baby all the way up. Let's be real. Let's keep it real. Now, everybody call me the mean mama and the mean aunt. I have no problems with that.
And they call me the meat ant now.
See? Now, see?
But I don't care. I let them
I
know
didn't
it.
either. But see, you learn. You learn.
Yeah.
How many times have you and your sister been in jail?
Well, it was that one time.
Whatever. Story. How many times can people say that you were disrespectful to anybody that was an adult?
Me or Anika?
Well, niggas suffered and you would too. And you know it.
I wasn't rude to no adults.
You better not.
Now,
You saw,
Anika, on the other hand,
you saw what she got and you didn't do it.
no, I was just scared of you.
I mean, but to me, it had to be a better way. I even say down to what my parents, I wish I would have had a better way to do what I did so I wouldn't have had y'all so scared of me.
I mean, I shouldn't say when it came to like giving respect to adults, it wasn't necessarily because I was scared of you. It was just I knew better. Plus, there was like no reason for me to be rude to an adult.
No, but
So,
at the same time, just like as my generation, our parents were so hard on us and it made it hard for us to come and talk to them when we really needed them. So I wish I was a little bit kinder, like I'm doing my grandkids, where they can feel comfortable. I wish y'all would have felt comfortable to talk to me more.
Yeah.
Y'all do it now, but I wish I would have had it when y'all were younger too. Because I
So
could tell you, but you didn't listen.
you said what?
I could tell you, like, I'm here for you. I love you. You can come talk to me. But if y'all got into a real pickle, or say you did have sex before you were 14 or 15, which I know you didn't, but if you did, you wouldn't have felt comfortable talking to me. Like, if you even thought about it, like, Mom, you think I should go on the pill? You wouldn't have felt comfortable doing it. You would have just did it. But if I made you feel comfortable, you would have.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Sex wasn't on my mind at all at that age.
What a blessing. Thank you.
I
Thank you,
was
God.
scared. I was kind of scared of boys.
Thank you.
I was so awkward. I was such an awkward child.
Thank you, God. See, that was God where He helped me raise you guys.
Do you think that there's any solutions when it comes to this generation? I guess then I should be more specific. More specific. This generation
The
and the
one thing
double
I
standards we're raising kids.
the one thing I think that because I used to say this back in the day, kids are raising kids, but if the parents would start looking more at, as it takes a village to raise a kid, and if they were, for me, would help me out, was being in church, knowing who God was, knowing, having Him help me raise y'all. Because if I would have did everything on my own, y'all probably be in some crazy institution right now, along with me.
I don't think so. But I think growing up I do remember us being around like minded kids. You made sure that you were around people that thought the same way and was raising your kids the same way as well.
Right.
And you weren't scared to ask for help either.
No.
So I feel like that comes into play when it does come to raising kids nowadays. I feel like the people that are having children now, they're not going to the right people for help.
True.
Like you were scared to go to anybody, but
No.
you also weren't receiving help for just anyone either. You know,
Right.
um, you were consistently around me and Anika. You made sure that we were constantly in something all the time. So
Yep.
even if we were
Gotta
kind
keep
of
them
boy
busy.
crazy, we didn't have an opportunity to do anything because we were always busy, you know?
Well,
Um,
the one thing I do regret that I wished I would have did was I spent so much time with you guys, and I was like, you see Nick and Kyle, most time saw me. I try to make sure y'all had a life and had fun, where I felt like my mom didn't do that for me. But at the same time, I wish I would have took a little time for myself. I was so busy trying to make sure that your lives were everything it could be, which I think parents should do. But at the same time, I should have took a little time for myself too, but I didn't. I just
yeah,
wanted to make sure you two were happy.
yeah. I mean, I had a pretty good childhood, so I thank you for that. I appreciate you, and I
Y'all
love
were
you.
beautiful kids. I was glad to have you. Glad I didn't have no more, but hey, I'm glad to have you. What the heck is wrong with you?
Anika, you want to get in the camera too?
She said no.
All right, so that was the part when it comes to raising kids. Now I'm gonna move into the roles that exist between the different genders and the different standards that comes with that. So one of the standards when it comes to women is that of course they're mothers. Um, when it comes to children, they have to cook for them, they gotta clean, and then also have a job while maintaining the house as well as their kids. And I feel like they don't get a lot of appreciation for that because it's just considered their duty. Now, when it comes to fathers, they can, cook dinner once or twice a month and they get a whole lot of appreciation, in my
But
opinion.
but you got to remember how life was meant to be. Was the man was supposed to go out and make the money. The woman
I
was supposed
understand
to,
that.
right, and the woman was supposed to be at home taking care of the kids. But the way the world is now, yeah, we do still do that. We take care of the kids. Really, are you gonna let a man kind of say a whole lot to your child?
To my
even though he
kids?
is the father. I mean, you're gonna let him do some portions as you feel up. I hate to say it this way, the way the father is supposed to be in the relationship. But if I don't think a woman will let their husband do more than what they really want them to do. I think the woman wants to take care of the child. They have a way they want their child raised, so they're going to do it. Now they're going to sit and talk, if it's a good marriage, they're going to sit and talk about it before they have their kids to make sure they're on the same path. But most parents, like I said, now, like even with your dad, and we weren't on the same path. We had visions of how we wanted y'all raised, but I won.
Which, okay, I get all that, but I'm just saying there is still a double standard with that. It's like
Mm.
when, yeah, their women are expected to take care of everything, and men aren't, and
Kai,
they don't get appreciation for it.
Kai,
Is that not a double standard?
neat freak, little neat freak.
Who's a
If you were married right now, and your husband was in there cleaning up your kitchen, what would you do?
okay? That's not the point, Mom.
No, I'm just asking, what would you do?
The point is that
What
there's
would you
a double
do?
standard for it. Okay, that women are expected to do all these things and they don't get any appreciation for it majority of the
Well,
time
I,
because
I
it's
only
just an
thing
expectation.
only thing I can say is through all that, to me, everything that I did because I love you guys. And I looked at it this way. The appreciation I got was when y'all walked across the stage. And when I first heard both of y'all, and both of y'all said it, Mom, I want to thank you for everything you've done for me. And I think other mothers are like that too. Even if they're married, they do the things that they're supposed to do because of their nurturing and they want to do it. They know how they want their house ran.
Okay,
And I know
but
what you're trying to say, but that's
there's still
sorry,
a
Kai.
double.
That's life.
Oh,
That's life.
okay, I'm just specifically just pointing out the double standards, Mom. I'm not
But I
saying
don't think it's a double standard.
it is a double standard.
Why?
Because women are expected to do all these things, to you have a job, a full-time job, come home and have basically a second job once they come home, and they don't. I'm not saying that they have to have appreciation all the time, but I feel like they don't get appreciated the way that they should. But if a man was to come home and do some of the things that women do for a shorter period of time, they get tons of appreciation.
So would you rather it be that the women go home, go work, and the men stay at home and clean and do everything?
I think that they both should get the same amount of appreciation for
Okay,
it.
so even if you go home, so if you're working 40 hours a week or more, and you're married and your husband can stay at home, how would you feel about that?
I don't know. I've always thought that, or at least when I looked at marriage, I always thought of it as 50-50. So,
Okay. I believe it can be 50-50 to a certain point.
okay. I'm just pointing out that it's a double standard, is all I'm saying.
I understand what you're pointing out. I'm just saying that I don't feel it is.
Why don't you feel like it's a double standard?
Because to me, I think that most women are going to want to do things the way they want it done. So if that means that they're cleaning up, they get off work and they clean, they put the kids in the bed, that's just what most women do. And I mean, they expect themselves to do it. They're not saying the man is not expecting them to do it. They're doing it themselves. I know a lot of women that do that's like that.
So you don't think society
Well, I'm
puts
not going to say no. I think it started off that way because, again, like I said, it was supposed to be the man went and worked and the woman stayed at home. But as society went, the man couldn't make it on his own. Especially, I mean, I ain't going to say that. I'm going to leave that one for another day. But I can put the race in there. But so the women had to work. It started off just doing a little
so
part time, different part time. We had to work full time just as long as our men worked full time too. But then we were deciding, when we got done, the man wasn't going to get there and start cooking and stuff. Well, to be truthful and honest, my dad did. Your grandpa did. My mom she worked, dad worked, mom worked the night shift, dad worked the morning shift. sometimes when mom left work, she had to have dinner cooked. Then there was a lot of times dad had to cook dinner. Dad had to clean.
Right.
Dad watched us.
So you don't think that men get more praise for doing that type of
My
stuff?
dad didn't get no praise. My mom,
What?
no, I'm just talking from my life. My dad didn't get no praise. My mom took care of the bills. Dad got his check and gave it to my mom.
Okay, so in society, the vast majority in general, do you feel like men get more praise for doing housework than women do?
Mm,
Yes.
I don't. I guess it depends. I don't know. I'll say it
Depends
depends.
on
I feel
what.
like if a man steps up and be a dad, he get more praise than a mom who's
I wouldn't do it.
I'm
But
not talking
but
about you, Mom. I'm talking about in general.
I'm not talking to Nika, but I get what you're saying. That's just like when a man does what he's supposed to do as a father. Everybody's like, "Oh my God, he's doing such a great job. We're so proud of you." But when a woman does what she's supposed to do as a mother, nobody says anything. It's just expected.
Yes.
I get that because I think a couple of times
So,
I did do that.
so is that a yes or a no to my question?
That part I'll give you a yes.
Oh, okay. So that's what I'm saying is the double standard.
Only
Is
that part.
that women are
Only
expected
that
to do
part.
these things.
And I'm talking
No,
about with
women are
parents.
expected to work and to okay, this is if a marriage is 50-50. Women are expected to work, come home, take care of the kids, and keep up with the house. And men are just expected to work, and that's it. If a man came home and he cooked dinner, society would give the man more praise than they would for a woman because it's expected of a woman to do that already, is what I'm saying. I'm not saying that it's not a woman's role, even in the past. Like, generally speaking, it is a woman's role to cook, clean, and take care of the kids. However, I'm saying that women can work, come home, take care of the kids, clean the house, and it's an expectation that they do all this stuff and they keep up with this stuff. And if a man was to do it one time every blue moon, they get a lot of praise. Even when it comes to single parenting, if a woman was to walk around and her child hair is not done, and I mentioned this on another live that I did, if the woman is walking around with a child and their hair is not done, they ain't gonna look at the mom and be like, "Oh wow, she's not taking care of her child. She has this child come out looking crazy." But if
Yeah.
a man was to come out the house and the child hair is looking crazy, it's just, "Oh, he's a man, probably doesn't know what he's doing. It's okay." They give the man way more slack than they do a woman. Is my point when it comes to gender
I,
roles.
I agree with that.
Yeah, so I'm saying when it comes to gender roles, I feel like women are judged way more harsh than a man is. Do you agree? Yes or no?
Mom.
What?
You just said yes.
I said yeah
I'm
to a
just
certain
confirming
point.
on
I
what we
said
talked
yes
about.
to a certain point. Yeah, to a certain point.
Okay.
I'm still gonna keep on. I just don't
there,
think that. I don't think that most women, either back in my day or even in your generation, I don't think most women, even if they worked, came home, cooked and cleaned, they're not. They really wouldn't want a man too much in their kitchen or doing too much for the kids anyway. I just don't think that.
but it's
I
a
mean,
double
I could be
standard.
wrong, but I don't
Okay,
think
but
so.
it's a double standard. Whether they want it to happen or not is
It's
what I'm
gonna.
saying. It's a double standard.
Mm, okay.
And then another double standard when it comes to parenting in general, or I shouldn't say parenting, but when it comes to single parenting, there are a lot more programs for single mothers than there are single fathers.
That
I looked up.
no,
Yeah, there is.
no.
When I looked up when I was doing research, I looked up uh, government assistance for single mothers, and every single link that I saw had the keywords single mother, single mother, single mother, single mother, all of them.
You don't
When
think
I
it's just
look
because it's
up
more
government
single moms than there
assistance,
is single fathers?
huh?
You don't think it's because it's just more single mom than there is single fathers?
But there's also a ton of single fathers that people don't acknowledge. There's not a lot of government
Yeah.
assistant programs for single fathers specifically. Even when you, I'm not going to bring that up because that's something
Well, I
that's in
think
the
it's a
works.
problem sometimes with the single moms are able to make it so the fathers can't see their kids. I think that's wrong.
I don't think so. Not all the
Why?
time.
When a single
I
mom,
don't think that's the case all the time.
there are times.
I'm not saying that that doesn't happen because I've witnessed it, but I'm saying that that's not the case for every single situation,
No.
and there's definitely not enough programs for single fathers. When I tried to do research for assistant or government assisted programs or grants or whatever for single fathers, there's probably like three links that specifically said single father, and it wasn't even in Michigan. There was one in New York, there was one in DC, and then I forgot where the other one was at. But there's not a lot of programs for single fathers specifically. There's like programs like the Safe House for single mothers that have kids or just single women in general that came from domestic abuse situations. But there's not a lot of programs for single fathers. And I feel like, I mean, yeah, there are a lot more single mothers out there, but single fathers aren't being acknowledged as much.
Well, then we
Even
should
though
do
they
something
do.
about that.
Huh?
We should do something about that.
I mean, yeah, but
I'm
I don't really
serious.
know what to do at this point. Because I feel like
I
single fathers have to make more of a presence. I feel like
they're
they're, I don't know if they're advocating as much, but at the same time, not looking for it that much either. So maybe they are
can you look and
advocating.
see in Michigan, what is the ratio of single fathers?
Um,
Because for some reason I don't think is that it's not a lot.
I did not look that up. Probably should have. I just looked up government assistance for single mothers as
So
single
even though
fathers.
it says single women or single moms, believe me, the single fathers are able to use that too. It's just that it's more single moms than there is single fathers, but the single fathers that there are out there, I'm pretty sure they can use the same thing that single mothers use.
I mean, probably, but I'm just saying that every link that I saw when I was looking up the information, there was keywords specifically that said single mothers, and there's not a lot for single fathers.
Right.
That's all I'm saying. It's still a double standard.
Now that one I'm not going to agree with you because I do believe that first of all, I think there is maybe more single moms, but I think there are single fathers, and if the single fathers were to apply for certain things, they will get it just like the single mothers would.
So I did say that there are more single mothers.
But I would like for you to. I would like to know the ratio.
Okay, well, I don't have that ratio for you right now. I'm just saying, I know there are a lot more single mothers, but there's a lot of programs for single mothers, and I did not see that many for single fathers.
Because the single fathers use the same thing single mothers use.
Mom.
That's okay. All right. If you say so. I mean, there were some generic programs that I seen for both, as I mentioned, but I'm just saying
I want to look at
information. There wasn't a lot of programs specifically for single fathers. It was just single mothers. Moving on. The double standards that exist in different roles that we are still talking about. Women are expected to be. Huh?
That's Nika.
Oh, women are expected to be emotional. If we are emotional, some of the comments that we'll get is, or get are we on our period? If we cry too much, we're too emotional though, which is kind of confusing because we're expected to be emotional, But if we aren't uh, if we aren't super emotional as women, we're seen as very stern and detached. Um, if we speak our mind without emotions, like we're just giving out facts, I feel like society sees us as too outspoken. Um, but if a man was to share his thoughts and opinions, he's just being a man. And it's vice versa. If a man is emotional or cry or whatever,
He's
they're
too
too,
soft.
yeah, soft. He's too
I agree with
feminine.
you.
He's sassy. But if a woman do it, it's just women being women. But if we're too
Bees
outspoken, we're too masculine.
or bees
Um, huh?
or bees.
Right. I remember one things that I can't stand. Um, and I don't know why it bothers me that much, but I have people tell me or have told me when they first met me they thought I was mean because I had a very harsh look on my face. I guess I looked like I was mean, they told me. And this I've heard this from more than one person. So I don't know if it's true or not, but I've also had guys tell me, "Oh, you should smile more."
Oh,
And that irritates my soul when
mine
I
too.
hear you should smile more. And I think it's the fact that it's like the idea that women should be smiling, women should be happy, women, should be light because femininity is you smiling. Do you get what I'm saying?
I do. Um, However, I get the I always get people saying that I'm mean. So hey, I'm good with that,
But I feel like people think that you're mean because you're outspoken.
and I am.
And being outspoken is masculine. And so if we're too masculine, then we're too mean or we're too harsh.
But sometimes I think the way I act too, there's times I need to keep my mouth shut.
Maybe. I mean, yes, but
Definitely.
respectfully. But it's just very annoying because as a female, I shouldn't have to be too emotional. I shouldn't have to be too attached to my feelings in order to be considered feminine.
Well, I
Um,
think sometimes if you just, I know you don't, you say, well, I've never seen you not smile. You
I
smile
know
all the
I'm always
time.
laughing, but I have had a couple people tell me that. I haven't even been reading this. I'm so cold, 34. I do think a man gets more praise.
Yeah.
She said, I don't think men get more praise when it comes to doing stuff they're expected to do as a father.
See, she agrees with me.
I think they do. Were those the only ones? I thought I had more. I could have sworn. Maybe I can't scroll all the way down. I don't know. But um let me see, what else did I say when it comes to gender roles? Um yeah, I already said that.
But the way the world's going now, from when I was growing up, there is no gender roles.
uh I mean, they are more blurred nowadays,
So
but
think about
there's
what they taught the kids to in school to what's going on now. That's kind of confusing. I know I get confused.
yeah, I think the gender roles are more blurred
Yeah.
now, but they do somewhat still exist. I think I'm thinking of a more traditional type of sense when it comes to gender roles, but um, or I should say what it means to be
So
a
like when
man
you thinking of it
compared
like
to what it means to be a
when I
woman.
had my little girl, oh, I'm gonna dress her in pink and purple, and she's gonna have Winnie the Pooh and Winnie and Piglet, and
Man. Another double standard when it comes to the gender roles.
but you know what? I didn't do double standards because I wanted you and Anika to learn how to do computers. I wanted y'all to learn about them. the things that people said was a man's thing is pretty much what I wanted y'all to do.
Okay, we're talking about the roles
I'm
of
just saying.
right now.
I'm just saying.
I appreciate it though.
I just
So
have
when
to
it
think
comes,
about that.
huh?
I was having to think about that. Like I wanted you to go into the service.
Yeah, that's a no-go for me.
Yeah, I see.
But
But the thing I wanted you to do, you are doing now.
what are you talking about?
Interviews.
Okay, we'll come back to that.
Okie dokie.
Women have double standards right now. We are talking about double standards that exist in gender roles. Where was I at? I feel like women have more freedom to express some of their standards. Like, I don't know if you know, Mom, but there's a list that's going, or there was, because I haven't been on Twitter in a while, but there was a list of places that you can't take women on a first date.
Why?
And one of the restaurants that were on there was like the Cheesecake Factory. They can't go to a Cheesecake Factory on the first
Why?
date because it's considered like not a 5-star restaurant. Like it's not a very high standard, high quality restaurant. So women are saying that men cannot take them to the Cheesecake Factory on the first date. Now me, I'm thinking that's dumb because I only been to the Cheesecake Factory once and them prices was pretty hefty in my opinion. So if you take me to the Cheesecake Factory on a first date, I'm perfectly cool with that. But I'm just saying women in general are allowed to voice those type of standards when it comes to dating. Online all the time, women say that men have to be a certain way, they have to have a certain type of money, and just a whole bunch of lists or a whole lot of qualities that a man has to have in order for them to date them. But if a man was to say something like, "Oh, my woman can't be overweight," they get a lot of backlash for it because men aren't allowed to do it, because it's body positivity and why are you shaming somebody for the way that they look? That's what women say, but women do it to men all the time. But it's a double standard, you know?
Yeah, I agree with that.
You agree with that?
I do.
Are there any other double standards, like when it comes to the roles of a woman or comes to the roles of a man that you see?
Not just the ones that we're talking about so far. I would have to think about it a little bit more.
Okay. Oh shoot, that's not even recording anymore. I'm gonna save that. I don't know how much of that wasn't recording. Oh shoot.
Yeah, they're over there.
But let's see, it is 9:19.
Ooh.
Here, I'm still, let's see, I have how many categories left? One.
I think we might be doing this next week, huh?
Yeah, I'm probably going to have to get into this again, a part 2 for the genders, because like I said, I already knew this one was going to be long because it was pretty hefty. I went into a lot of detail with this. So I'm going to go ahead and stop here. Next week, I will continue to talk about the double standards that exist. And we're going to get into like the double standards when it comes to sexuality and just sexual activity between genders, the double standards. So thanks for tuning in this week. I will be back next week, Sunday at 8 p.m. So you can go ahead and catch me there. I will be posting this live, or the audio for this live on my Spotify account tomorrow at 8 p.m. So don't go anywhere for that. Or, you should go check that out. The link is in my bio. And then stay tuned because I have to post my Talk to Him Tuesday with Madison and Lise on Tuesday at 8 p.m. That will be on Spotify, and then 8:30 for YouTube. So make sure you go follow me on Spotify so you can take an exclusive look for it first. And yeah, that is all I have for you. Catch you next Sunday at 8
Somebody
p.m.
said they enjoyed our discussion. I'm glad. I
Thank
like that.
you.
Thank you
Come
so much.
back next Tuesday at 8 p.m.
We
And
really
I will
fired
see
up.
y'all later. Bye.
Bye.